Hi, everybody. Well, lots to talk about with this, what I'm calling the third front in a series of three that started Saturday, Sunday, and now coming in this evening. So potentially just a couple hours away from seeing the winds here in the valley start to pick up and maybe sooner along the Oregon coast. Let me begin with the National Weather Service out of Portland, their watch warning map. And right here, we see the tan colors, not a wind warning, but the National Weather Service so far leaving this as a high wind watch. Now, this watch is only up through 9 p.m. of this evening as the front comes in, and then we get to see the hour or two behind the front to see what's happening. The fact that the Weather Service has not upgraded this to a warning means their confidence is so-so. I mean, I think you can state the Weather Service believes there's at least a chance for some 50 to 60 mile per hour winds this evening along the coast, but they're not sure. And in fact, if you take a look at the model data suggests winds along the coast gusting to 40 to generally no more than 50. And if the winds don't go above 50, then that doesn't really meet the requirements for any weather warnings advisories at the beach. So certainly the winds are going to be picking up in the next couple of hours with that front coming in early this evening, and we'll keep an eye. The National Weather Service right now leaving this as a winter weather advisory up and down the Cascades. Now, this actually extends all the way up through Rainier, all the way up to the Canadian border. There's a winter weather advisory for snow in the Olympics, and this extends all the way down into southern Oregon as well. I really think it's possible we get into more of winter storm type conditions overnight tonight into early Tuesday morning as behind the front snow levels around Mount Hood anyway start to fall down to 3,000, 2,500, maybe even down to 2,000 feet. And there could be a foot of snow at 5,000 feet and higher, more than that. And maybe 8, 9, 10 inches of snow even at government camp. So certainly check conditions if your plans call for travel overnight tonight, or especially first thing tomorrow morning, as we'll keep an eye on what's going on there. And then, of course, the other story, I'm going to break this down, is this one. The fact that I still have a sunny 70-degree day forecast for this coming Friday here in Portland. You can see the upper level ridging high over Oregon and Washington. We'll check out temperatures around the Northwest coming up here in a moment, but this is a sunny, generally light wind pattern that to me just screams 70 degrees in many areas, including the Rose City. So lots to keep track of. And with that said, let's go ahead and I'm going to come back to our active weather we currently have in just a moment. But here are my updated numbers, and I haven't really changed them. I think we're dry on Wednesday. I think Thursday is the first day that you're like, wow, this is spring-like. It's warm. 64 in Portland, 70 Friday, 73 Saturday, 73 Sunday. So if I'm correct, none of these temperatures would break records. And what I find interesting, and notice the records, the highest one is 80 degrees for this coming Saturday, for the date Saturday. Notice every single one of these records during this upcoming warm stretch date back to the March of 1947. I think it's kind of cool when you have these historic outbreaks that live on for 50 plus years in the record book. And that's what we've seen from what happened in March of 1947. So real quick, just sticking with the theme of what are the temperatures going to be doing. This is the European model, and I will tell you that the Canadian and the American models are pretty similar. So this is the projection for April. So after we have this warm weather building this coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday into next week, what is that going to springboard into? Well, right now, I think behind it, there's a couple week stretch to wrap up March that's going to be pretty close to normal, and we'll get some rain. Now, this is the European model for April, and it shows basically, see the yellow? This is areas that are being projected to be just a little bit above normal. The white areas are normal. So Portland's right on the edge. So if you look at this outlook, you would say, well, this is the European model projecting Portland and Salem to be near normal to maybe plus 1 degree above normal Fahrenheit. And then building confidence that you folks up in Seattle would be, I mean, not terribly warm, but a good degree above normal. So I think the bigger story here is this is not calling for anything cold. You may remember a year ago, April was 3 degrees colder than normal. It was a really cold, really active month. Climate temperatures, by the way, for the entire month average out for Portland to be 62 and 44. We would be a little bit warmer than that if the European model is correct. One more month. What about May? So All of the models, I think for one, actually say whatever April turns out to be, May's going to be a little bit warmer. So here's the little added care warm zone with the second color kind of more tan. This would be, again, nothing screamingly warm to hot, but it would be 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And the climate normals for May are 69 to 49. So that would indicate a lot of days in the 70s. We'd probably mix in some 80-degree days as well to average out as much as 2 degrees above normal. Again, to me, the bigger story for the time being is the fact this is not showing any reason to think it's going to be chilly and wet and active. And I think May is the first month that you kind of wonder, could it get away? I mentioned some 80s. Could May turn out to be even warmer than what this is showing? So lots to keep on track with the outlooks, and I enjoy doing that. And I think you know that if you've been watching me over the years. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty with this third front that's coming into Portland as early as about 6:30. I think it's definitely through our area by 8 o'clock this evening, up and down the I-5 corridor. Here you can see we are now into the thicker cloud band, clearly inland over Seattle and Portland, all of Western Oregon and Washington. Back here is the cold weather signature of those speckled clouds. That's cold cumulus showery weather coming in for Tuesday. Now, see this northern push of clouds right back here is the warm surge that we start to get in on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, we're going to get some spilling clouds in a northwesterly flow as this warm front actually is tracking to be up here in Canada, well north of us. But the amount of sunshine we get or don't get Wednesday is a bit in question. I do believe we'll be dry with northwest winds 5 to 15. And then with that going up into Canada, and what you can't see on this satellite picture, but is a big upper level ridge that quickly develops. And that will kick off the noticeable warming on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, into the weekend of dry weather to come. So pretty good signature, though, on this front that's coming in tonight. So here's the national blended model. This is going to show you rain amounts, or not necessarily rain amounts, but liquid amounts. So where it's rain, it's rain. And when it's mountain snow, it's going to show you how much moisture is available. So starting this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and let's play this into tomorrow morning. All right, here's tomorrow morning. So this gives us up to a half of an inch of rain just overnight tonight, this evening and overnight in the valley. I think this evening and overnight tonight will be the heaviest rain rates that we get over any period of time. Now, this does include what's already fallen today. And this now shows about 3/4 of an inch of rain up and down the coast. And then remember, there's going to be more showers coming. So if I play this through 5 p.m. Tuesday, not much added showery rain totals tomorrow for the I-5 corridor. It's leaving Seattle and Portland and down into Salem, roughly at a half of an inch, maybe 62/100ths of an inch down around Eugene. It's leaving the coast generally shy of an inch, but I do think it's at least possible we'll see some 1 inch rain amounts up and down the coast. And then it's showing certainly an inch plus of available moisture that would be snow up in the Cascades. And with the potential that when you get above 4,000 feet, we really get some hefty snow amounts. If anything, this shows more moisture up in the northern or even central to northern Washington Cascades and less here in Oregon. And it shows a pretty decent bullseye out over the Olympics. And there's, enough moisture for certainly 2, 3, 4 inches, maybe 6 at most out over the Blue Mountains, it looks like. And then we become dry Tuesday, we become dry, Tuesday overnight and into Wednesday morning, as I've been mentioning. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is courtesy of KGW TV. I grabbed this off of the weather computer at work this morning and put it on my Facebook page. And if you look right here, this is 11 o'clock this morning, so we're backing up in time, right? This shows you projected temperatures, but what I really want to point out are these streamlines. See them right here? So at 11 o'clock in the morning, this is south winds coming up. So you're going to see these south winds just by the streamline forecast intensify as we go into this evening if you watch the clock carefully. And then you're going to see the flow pattern switch to the west and eventually calm down as you go into tomorrow. So ready, set, go. Let's play this animation. So here we are. This is 5, 6, 7, more intense right there. Boom. That was a kind of a mid-evening of more intense south winds. So maybe mid-evening tonight's the best chance if we're going to get 30 to 40 mile per hour winds coming up the valley from the south. And then right in here, there it goes. And I think I can, let me see if I can stop this. Well, you got the idea. Okay. I'll stop this time. I think it's kind of cool to play this. As a meteorologist, I love the fact that it shows a sharp westerly flow pattern, that sharp kind of turn to the west winds tomorrow. So again, here's tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and you can see the streamlines coming in from the west. Temperatures in the 40s. This might be a little too cool. And this still shows the potential for it to be somewhat breezy tomorrow too. But if there's going to be a troubling wind threat, it will actually come in, I think, early to mid-evening tonight as the front comes in. I do want to check in real quick up in Seattle. This is the National Weather Service page up there. Winter weather advisory, similar situation in the Cascades to Oregon, also up over the Olympics. And then notice what's different up here. They've got these coastal flood advisories, and this is for the tides coming in with some wind and rain, and the tide being pushed at least a couple feet farther inland than normal. So they'll keep an eye on that also, not only along the Pacific, but also the Puget Sound right there. So that's from the Seattle National Weather Service office. Okay. Here's the Oregon coast page off of my weather site, portlandweather.com. 40s right now, really rainy. You would be able to see Tillamook Head right in here from the Gerhardt by the Sea Resort Camp, but it's socked in with the rain coming down. Temperatures at the coast, 40s, 50s. I just clicked on the, if you click on these, they'll give you hourly wind reports. I just did that. So far, the winds have been bouncing to about 25 miles per hour from the south. So the coast has not really gotten into any heightened winds yet either. Notice the sunny weather coming Wednesday, even at the beach, 66 Friday, 68 Saturday. One of you wrote me a message and you're like, what about the Oregon coast this weekend? How warm? Here's the deal. The wind is not dominant this weekend. It's light and variable. And because it's light and variable, that opens the door for one of the days coming up, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to all of a sudden pick up a significant west flow that would bring cooling and maybe even some morning fog. So while most of the automated weather modeling is showing sunny and 60s, I just throw that out there that I don't think it's a slam dunk that the coast is crazy warm. There could be some fog areas, and there could be some periods of time where the west winds really bring some cooling. But otherwise, it looks to be really nice, obviously. Okay, up on Mount Hood, courtesy of Hillcrest Sales and Sports in Gresham here in Oregon. Not terribly cold today. 30 at Ski Bowl, 27 Timberline, 33 Meadows. They've got 4 inches to 2 inches of new snow up there. I do believe at 4,000 feet and higher, there will be 6 to 10 inches of snowfall overnight tonight through noon tomorrow, more or less, or early afternoon tomorrow, as the snow levels drop as low as 2,500 to 2,000 feet and the snow rates pick up. And then here's the dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday and past level temperatures Friday and Saturday well up into the mid-50s with the high snow / freezing levels expected. It will be icy over Cascade passes tonight and tomorrow morning. Government camp right now is just above freezing with snow. And then because it's 33, Highway 26 has some clear spots. Willamette Pass starting to get a little more snow covered. Santee M's fine. But again, these will become snow covered and icy overnight tonight without question. Okay, here are the Seattle numbers looking forward. 46 today, the rain tomorrow, partly sunny 50 on Wednesday, and then near 70 on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. So if Seattle's near 70 on Saturday and Sunday, Portland is definitely up into the 70s, right? Yeah, you know how that works. Over in Bend, 39. The question here is, how much snow will you folks be getting in the morning? I think you're going to get some. I think there will be morning precipitation into the Bend, Redmond, and potentially Madras areas where temperatures are going to be well below freezing. The advisory for snow stops at 4,000 feet, so that includes Sun River. Does not include Bend and Redmond and Madras, but with temperatures where they are, I would look for some snow tomorrow morning that would melt off during the day. And then here comes the run of warm weather. Central Oregon, 60 to 63 this coming weekend. Really fabulous, fabulous weather. One more temperature check. We like to go down to Medford. Interesting, Medford is not under the bullseye of the strongest ridging aloft. Portland is, and up into Seattle. So the modeling actually shows a little bit cooler down Southern Oregon. 64 Saturday, 61 Sunday. Kind of interesting, right? Okay, here's Portland 7-day. I do believe we have the chance of hail tomorrow and scattered showers, assuming we get some sun breaks opening up. Again, the steady precip goes into tonight, breaks into showers. Tomorrow's a showery day, some sun breaks, maybe some hail. Wednesday's dry. There you see Thursday, 64, Friday, 70, Saturday, 73, as we talked earlier. Sunday, 73, and Monday, 70. Right now, Tuesday looks dry as well. Temperatures cooling down into the 60s. Okay. My 7-day courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros up here in Hazeldale and Clark County. All right. Hey, you may notice this real quick. I renamed my page Portland, Pacific Northwest weather Rod Hill. My point is, I'm trying to get into giving more of an all-encompassing forecast for the entire Northwest. And if you're watching me from Seattle, let me know in the comments. I'll start spending that much more time on Seattle. It's all designed, quite frankly, to get my numbers up a little bit, which I need to do. So let me know what you need, what part of the states you want highlighted. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks a lot.